Hello students, welcome back. In the last session we were discussing about tkinter widgets. In that we have discussed widgets like scroll bar, text widget, top level widget, spin box. So these are some widgets which we have discussed in the last session. In today's session we will continue our discussion of tkinter widgets, and we will also go through the fonts and colors while creating our GUI application. So let's start. So first widget which we will discuss today, it is label frame widget. Again, if you look at the name of this widget, label frame, it tells you that this widget acts as both, or it provides the feature of both, that is the feature of label as well as the feature of frame. A label frame is a simple container widget. So label frame, it is a container widget. So containers are used to contain other widgets, remember. So containers can be used to contain other widgets on it. So even label frame is a container widget. Its primary purpose is to act as a spacer or container for complex Windows layouts. Now the purpose of using this label frame, it is as a container for complex Windows layout, and it provides a border around it so that it is easier to group different widgets together. This widget has the feature of a frame plus the ability to display a label. So it has a feature of a frame plus the ability to display a label, that is text as well. Now the syntax to create a label frame is the object, then the class, that is label frame. Again it takes parameters like master and options. Okay, let us go through an example to understand how label frame widget can be created. Okay, this is our example. So we have imported tkinter, then we have created our main window, that is top level window, or you can say the main window itself. Then we are creating a label frame. How it is created? So the reference variable label frame, it is equals to the class label frame, to which we are sending arguments. The first argument, as we have discussed earlier also, it is the object of a root panel or the main window, so that we have created here. Then the second argument, we are passing some text. The text is, this is a label frame, that is what we want to display along with the label frame. Then the label frame we are adding on the main container by using a pack layout, and to the pack layout we are passing some arguments as well, like field is equals to both, expand is equals to s. So these are some arguments which we have passed. Then we have created one more widget here. The widget which we have created, it is a label widget. Initially we have created a label frame, and then we are creating a label widget, and the parent for label widget, it is label frame. That simply means we want to add a label on the label frame. We do not want to add the label on the main container, that is our root, but we are adding label on the label frame which we have created, and this label contains the text that is inside the label frame. The text which is displayed on the label is inside the label frame. And lastly, even the label with the name left, you can see here, is added on the container by using a pack method. Okay, then we have called the main loop, that is root dot main loop. So when we call root dot main loop, the program goes into infinite loop, handling all the events and displaying the GUI. Okay, so this is a program. Let us execute this and verify the output. Okay, I have copied the program here. So let us execute this and verify the output. To execute, click on run and run module and simply press OK. Okay, now you can see the output here. We have a window which contains a label frame. You can see an outline over here. This outline, it is of label frame, remember, and inside the label frame we have one more widget. You can see inside the label frame which displays inside the label frame. This is the label widget which we have created. Okay, so we can create a label frame and we can add other widgets inside the label frame in this way. And label frame, you can see it provides an outline around the widget so that it is helpful to group other widgets together. Suppose if we have to add one more button on the label frame, then we need to first create a button by using the similar syntax. Button, in bracket we need to pass the container on which we want to display the button. We want to display the button on label frame, so here it is label frame. Remember, the container is label frame, comma the other options or other attributes we need to pass. I'll pass just a text attribute, that is, I'll say this is button, button. Okay, that's it. And I will add the button now, b.pack. That will add the button on the main container which we have passed, that is label frame. And now if I execute it, you can see here, now we have two different widgets on the label frame. First is the label and another it is a button which we have added. So this is how we can create a label frame and we can add other widgets on the label frame. Okay, let's continue with the PPT. And the next widget which we will study, it is the menu widget, and it is used to create all kinds of menus used by the application. So menu widget, it is used to create a menu. So on most of the applications today you might have seen a menu bar on the top which contains different menus. So that menu can be created by using tkinter widget, that is menu widget, and the syntax is very similar: menu, master and options. So let us go through an example to understand this. So we have imported tkinter first, then the main window is created. Here we are creating a menu, you can see, by using a class menu, and we are passing root as an argument. When we create a menu, it will display a menu bar. You can see here a menu bar is displayed. Initially that is blank menu, remember, so it will not display any file or help there. We need to add it. Then we are configuring it, root.config menu is equals to menu. So root, it is our main window, and main window's menu bar, we are adding this menu to the menu bar, means whatever menu we have created to the menu bar of our root window. Okay, so then it will be added like this I have shown. Next we are creating a separate menu now, file menu we are creating. File menu is equals to menu, and to this the root is menu, means which we have already created. Menu means this file menu will be added on the menu now. So like this we want to create a file menu here. Okay, then menu dot add cascade. On the menu we want to add, what we want to add, the label as file, and menu is equals to file menu. So on the main menu we are adding one more menu, that is file menu. Then file menu dot add command, file menu, so the file menu whichever we have added right now, dot add command, in bracket label is equals to new. So inside the file menu we want to add one more option, the option is new option, and then again file menu dot add command, label is open. So inside file menu, whenever you click on file menu, you will get two options, that is new and open. So like this we can add the options inside the file menu. Then we have file menu dot add separator. We will get a separator below that, and after the separator we are adding one more command to it, file menu dot add command, and this command is exit. So you will see an option called as exit, and whenever you click on the exit, so we are executing a command. The command is root dot quit, so application will stop. Okay, then we are creating a separate menu now. The help menu is equals to menu, and we are passing the main menu as an argument, so it will create a help menu besides it, and menu dot add cascade, label is help, menu is equals to help menu. At this point it will add the menu. Then in the help menu also we are adding one command, and that is label is equals to about. So inside the help menu, when you click on help menu, you will get something called as about, and when you will execute this program, you will get a GUI like this, which is shown in this example. Now let me even execute and show you the output of this program as well. So let me copy the program first. I'll copy this and I'll paste it in my Python file. So I'll just delete this code and I'll paste the new code which I have created. So it is showing me some issues, so I need to remove those issues first. While saving of the file, you can see it is saying some ASCII characters are found, it is saying, so I need to remove those first. Okay, this is the program. Let us execute. Okay, there is some error in this. The error is no module named tkinter. If you look at the module name, we have added tkinter, but we are using Python version 2.7. In 2.7 version, the T is capital. As I have said earlier also, if you are using version 2.x, T has to be capital. If you are using any version greater than 3, it uses T as small. Okay, let me execute it again. Now you can see we have got our output, and this has added menu with two options, file and help. File in turn contains new, open and exit. Okay, so this is how we can create a menu in Python. Next is fonts. So fonts can be created by using the module of tkinter. The module is tk font module. So by using tk font module, we can create a font object, and that font object can be applied to any widget we want. So the widget which displays some text on it, so that text can be displayed in a specific font by using the font object. Now how it can be done? You can see how we can create a font object. First thing, we need to import tk font, and once we import tk font, we can create a font object. For example, font is equals to tk font, that is our module name, dot class name is font, and then it contains different options. The constructor takes different options, and the options can be, you can see here what options we can pass to font constructor. The first option or the option can be family, that is the font family name as a string, like Arial, Helvetica or any other font you want. That font name you can pass with the option name, that is family. Then size, the font height as an integer in points. To get a font size, we can use size option. Then font weight, that is bold for bold face and normal for regular weight. So font weight can also be changed by using weight option. Then slant option specifies value italic for italic and Roman for unslanted. So you can specify italic fonts by using slant option. Then underline option has two values, that is 1 for underline and 0 for normal. Same way we have one more option, that is overstrike, which contains a value 1 for overstruck text or 0 for normal. So these are some options which can be used while creating a font object. So if you want to apply only the size, you can use only the size option. It is no need to have all the options together while creating a font object. We can apply only those which we want to apply to an object. Okay, so one example is given here. Say we are creating a font object Helvetica 36, some object name is equals to tk.font, and we have passed, you can see family is Helvetica, size is 36 and weight is bold. So this will create a font. Once you have created a font object, you can apply this font object to any widget or to the text of any widget you want. Now how it can be applied? Let us go through an example. Okay, look at this example. We have imported tkinter, we have also imported tk font. Then the root window is created. After creating the root window, we have created, you can see a text widget. A text widget we have created. Text widget, it is used to enter multi-line text, as we have studied earlier. Then we are creating a font. So tk font dot font class, and in bracket family as Arial, size as 30, weight as bold, and overt strike is equals to 1. So we have created a new font, right, and the name is font. Now how to apply this font to the text widget? To apply that to the text widget, we can use something like this: text.configure, and to that we can pass an option, that is font is equals to font. So there is an option for text widget font, and that font is equals to the font which we have just now created, so that it will apply this font to the text which is displayed on the text widget. Then the text widget itself is added on the main container. So let us execute and verify this. Okay, I'll copy this and I'll paste it in our file, and let us execute by clicking on F5. Okay, this is a GUI. I'll make it a bit smaller, and this GUI actually contains a text widget inside it. You can see a cursor over here because we have added a text widget. In that, the cursor is visible, and if I type something there, you can see that text appears in the font we have specified. The font which we have specified, it is, you can see the font is Arial, right, and size is 30 and weight is bold, and overt strike is equals to 1, means we have applied a overt strike, and that is the reason the strike through is displayed on the font. Suppose if I change the font size, if I make it as, instead of 30, if I make it as 50, and if I execute it again, and if I type something now, you can see that font 50 is applied to it. So like this we can apply different font properties to the text of any widget you want by using the font object. I hope you understood how to use a font object. Next is colors. As we can apply fonts to the widgets, even it is possible to apply different colors to the text or even for the background of different widgets. And in Python we can do it by using two different ways. So tkinter colors with strings. There are two general ways to specify colors in tkinter. Now the first, you can use a string specifying the proportion of red, green and blue in hexadecimal digits. Means we can specify RGB values, that is red, green and blue, in proportion. by using hexadecimal digits. For example, we can specify something like this: hash FFF is white, hash 0000 is black, and hash 000 FFF00 is pure green, and this is for pure cyan. So by combining certain values of red, green and blue, we can create a particular color, and that can be applied to the widget we want. Or you can also use the locally defined standard color names, or the standard color names can be used like the colors like white, black, red, green, blue, cyan, yellow, magenta. So these are some standard names which can be directly used. So we can apply it by using the RGB combination, or we can use the standard color names to create colors. Okay, let us go through an example to understand this. Okay, first we will look at different options of color. So different options of colors are, the common color options are active background. Active background, as the name suggests, it is the background color of for a widget when the widget is active. Now we can specify colors for a widget for different on different events. When the widget is active, means when it is selected, the background can be changed by using active background option. Then same way we have active foreground as well. The foreground color, that is the text color, can be changed when the widget is active. Same way we have a background color. So background color of a widget can be changed by using background, or it can also be changed by using BG. Disabled foreground. So even a button can be disabled, means when a button is disabled, we cannot click on the button, as you know, or it will not generate any events as such. So foreground color for the widget, when the widget is disabled, it can be changed by using disabled foreground. Then we have foreground color, that is the text color for regular operations. Then highlighted background. Background color of the highlighted region when the widget has focus. When the widget has focus, even at that time we can change the background color by using option, that is highlight background. Then we can use highlight color, that is for foreground colors. So foreground color of the highlighted region when the widget has focus. Select background. So background color for the selected items of the widget. So if the widget contains multiple items, we can apply background color to only the selected items by using select background. And in the same way we have select foreground also. So foreground color can be applied to it. The text color can be changed by using select foreground. Okay, one example is given here. Suppose if we want to apply color to the button. So we are creating a button, and while creating a button we are passing the color options. Say FG is equals to red, that means the red color is applied to foreground. FG stands for foreground. Okay. Then BG, it is equals to some other color specified in hexadecimal value. So BG stands for background color. Okay. Let us go through a complete example. So we have created a main window here. Then we are creating a button, and to the button we are passing, say we are passing first active foreground color, means when the button is active, the foreground color has to be blue, that is the text color has to be blue, and FG, that is foreground, regular foreground color is red. Whenever the button is displayed, the text of a button is displayed in a red color, and the background color of the button is black by default. Okay, let us execute and verify this. Copy this. Okay, let me execute this. You can say this is our button and it is having background color as black because we have applied background color as BG as hexadecimal value 000, which represents the black color. Then FG is equals to red, and the foreground color red is applied, and I have applied even a color that is active foreground, which is equals to blue. Means when the button is active, means when I select a button, you can see the foreground color has changed and the foreground color is red, foreground color is blue, because we have applied active foreground is equals to blue. So this way we can apply colors to the widgets in tkinter. Okay, so with this we will stop here today. We will continue our discussion of events and binding in the next session. We will stop here today. Thank you.